Got it. With 65 days until the election and just 5 days until the first ballots are mailed out, the Harris campaign is ramping up efforts to tie Donald Trump to Project 2025, launching an extensive new ad campaign focused on his connection to the Heritage Foundation's blueprint for a second Trump term.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it. It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever, overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
And while Trump still tries to disavow any connection to Project 2025, on Friday he spoke at an event co-sponsored by the Heritage Foundation. Back with us, MSNBC political contributor Eugene Daniels, and we're also joined by Eugene Vindman, former National Security Council Director of European Affairs and senior advisor to Vote Vets. He's the Democratic nominee for Congress in Virginia's 7th Congressional District.
Good morning to you both. Colonel Vindman, I'm sure they're giving all of the... Oh, pardon me. We are just doing Eugene Daniels. Colonel Vindman, didn't we not
okay.
make it with us today?
We were going to be in the
That's all right. The show can only handle one.
I thought we were going to be in the gene pool.
I was looking in the camera like, you know what? Let me just address the elephant in the room. Yeah. Michael has been on vacation, y'all. And that is...
Vacation break.
Vacation. And you know what? The prompter is just not big enough. I blame the prompter, not Michael Steele.
Yeah, never. It couldn't be the chairman.
65 days away from election.
That's what I said.
No, I'm agreed. It's the prompter. It's not you. It's 65 days away from election day. All the things that happen. There's this another ad that was percolating online that I think we should play because lots of people were sending, like people who are not on the Twitters were sending this to me in my group chats. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is the one about Project 2025 and just Project 2025 from the Lincoln Project and abortion. But I want to play the ad for y'all because it was very interesting.
Abigail, right?
How do you know her?
Were you about 8 weeks pregnant? So you've been spotting recently. You've had any cramps or nausea?
That's personal.
You've been taking your prenatal vitamins?
Excuse me?
Your navigation is set to a women's health clinic in one of those abortion states.
We have the right to travel.
Not anymore. You, sir, are under arrest for crossing state lines to obtain an abortion for a minor under your care. And you, young lady, well, you're under arrest for evading motherhood.
Y'all think that ad resonates?
I mean, any ad that ties Donald Trump to the situation we have in this country when it comes to abortion access, reproductive access, any ad that ties him to Project 2025 probably does work. And it doesn't just work with Democrats and liberals. It works with people that are in the middle of the road because a lot of the stuff is out of touch with the way that the American people view policy and the way they want this country to run. Something that I have found interesting is when we go out and talk to the people of the country, not just operatives and people who have done this job for a while.
Yeah, the regular folk.
Regular folk. Mm-hmm. Our cousins and them.
Yes.
What we hear from, they bring up Project 2025 to me.
They do.
And I don't have to talk about it. They bring up Project 2025 and what's in it. They don't always know what's in it, but they know it's something that they feel worried about. And I think that's because Vice President Harris has been talking about it a lot. And now the campaign has really glommed onto it. And now Lincoln Project and other allies.
Did you see the ad for black women? By any chance? I was just curious. Did you get a chance to see the Trump ad for black women?
Do we have the Trump ad for black women?
Can we do? I'm going to do an audible here because I'm just back from vacation. So I figure.
If I had edges, they would be snatched.
Okay, so they're going to pull that. They're going to rack that up for us. But So we saw from the Trump campaign, we talked about it at the beginning of our menthol cigarettes because that's what black people smoke, I guess. That's what that's what we're known for. And then we had the LeMay, gold LeMay shoes. And then we have this.
I support President Trump and the economic policies our country experienced under his leadership as our 45th president.
President Trump will support our law enforcement agencies and fund them appropriately.
Trump puts Americans first, and he always will.
We need Donald Trump.
I and millions of other black Americans will cast my vote for Donald J. Trump.
I will proudly cast my vote for Donald J. Trump as our next president.
Let's make America great again.
So
there are some people that are going to vote for Donald Trump.
And there are, and that's the process how it plays out. But I think for me, it's always so ham-handed. It's always so pretentious. It's always so, there's not the real substance in the meat of, okay, this is why, because these are the things that he has done or he will do. And that's just not a debate that Trump is wanting to have right now, which is, for me, begs the question, what happens on September 10th when he's actually standing across the stage from a prosecutor who's prepared to prosecute his behind on issues. And he's going to want to say, well, I've done the most since Abraham Lincoln, actually more than Abraham Lincoln for black folks, right? And I just, to Simone's point, yes, we know there's going to be diversification in the vote, but as someone who's in the campaign space, writing about these stories that are evolving around the country, what do you see when you see what's happening on the ground versus these types of ads that are put out there?
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about what the Trump campaign and our Republicans are doing is Republicans don't typically try to get black people to vote for them, right? They don't spend money and make ads to do so. So I think what you're seeing is kind of like there's not a lot of nuance in the way that they're doing it, right? You're talking about that, they hear that black people like menthol cigarettes. We get an ad for menthol cigarettes. There's they want to get black women. They put a "I'm not with her" on there with a hashtag and have some black women straight to camera saying that they're going to vote for him.
Even a black woman in a head wrap, because apparently that's what we look like.
I am not. But what they're trying to do is find ways to get at black voters. But you have to do that with policies too, right? Black voters are, and Democrats have found this out over and over and over again in every primary, are quite practical. And they want to hear what you're going to actually do. What are the policies that you're going to bring? You can't just the gold LeMay shoes or just say your menthol cigarettes. They want to hear about the same things that white voters want to hear about. The economy, what you're going to do for their kids in schools, how are you going to make their housing and the rental prices go down, those kinds of things. They're not there yet. The Trump folks aren't there yet. And when I talk to, again, regular people, it's not really resonating with everyone, right? There's some people who say like, oh, it's interesting that they're talking to black voters, but they're not saying, the black voters aren't saying why they're voting for Donald Trump. So if you're going to convince someone, like if you're going to convince your regular black voter, the black voter in the ad has to say why they're supporting Donald Trump.
Melissa Murray and I have a special coming out in September about black women and the road to 2024. And literally the nuance of the issues is really important. What we heard from black women all across the country, even black women in the suburbs, because they live there too.
Oh, Lord, please. We're in the suburbs? Oh, my goodness.
Not just urban areas.
Oh, my gosh.
Rural, too. We live in rural America as well.
How do we do that? I don't understand. How do we do that? Eugene Daniels, thank you so much, my friend, for being here.